Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Last night off camera I got this piece all cleaned up, and it's pretty rough. There's pieces welded in here, there's overlappage going on here, there's overlappage going on here. It looks like maybe this corner was ripped off at one point in time. They welded it back on. So it's all twisted, it's bent out of shape, it's not welded right. So I'm gonna pull it off. We're gonna lay it down on a piece of new metal. I'm gonna trace around it, we'll get it cut out, and we're gonna make a new piece to, I'll cut this center section out and we'll lay a new piece in there and weld it up, and try and get this piece all cleaned up, straightened out. So just kidding. For one, it didn't land on my two, and for two, I have steel-toe boots, shoes. These aren't boots, these are shoes, and they're steel-toed, so. Okay, so we got a piece of metal over here. This out a little bit. Just wiping all the dust and dirt off of it so that my magic marker can write on it. Not only will it not write on it, but it'll ruin the magic marker, so. Okay, just got me a rough shape there. Well, I mean it's pretty good tracing, but when I cut this piece, when I cut the bad metal out of that piece, I'm not gonna cut like right on the edge of everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in like a ½ inch from the edge all the way around, and we're going to cut that out. And then once that's cut out, I'll lay it on top of this piece that will be cut out, and we'll trace out the hole that got cut out of here onto this, and then we'll cut this out and it should fit right inside there. So at least that's the idea. Okay, got it cleaned up. So again, this is just roughed in. it'll, you know, it'll probably end up getting cut out, you know, like so. So, you know, when I cut out the new piece, or when I cut out the old piece, when I cut out this, we'll then lay this piece of metal on there and I'll trace it from underneath. But, you know, we're probably gonna end up, you know, I'm just, I'm drawing these for reference lines because we're about to do some work on this panel, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some bead roll lines in here. For one, we're going to put these bead roll lines in here for a couple reasons. One, it'll add strength to it. Instead of just a flat piece of metal that has just been caved in and warped and beat to heck, it'll add strength to it. For two, from the factory, they had 3 stamped lines in here. Now I don't know what an original one looks like. I don't have any here. These are the only ones that I have, and they're not right. But I found some aftermarket ones online for sale, and they have 3 long rectangles that go across here. Now, there's nothing on this vehicle that has a rectangular stamp like that, but there are bead rolls they wrap all the way around the back side of the cat. So I have the exact same bead that's in the back of that cat. So I think I could do the rectangle ones in here like the aftermarket ones have, but I don't think that they'd match anything on the truck. So I think if we put 3 bead rolls in here, then it'll match the truck. Let me grab my phone real quick. Whoa. Forgot it was plugged in. Almost ripped the phone out of my hand. So these are the ones, these are the aftermarket ones. Now that photo that I took is from the bottom view, not the top view. But you can see that they're 3 rectangles like right on top of each other. So I think the bead roll will look better. And it also looks like these lines that I just drew on there. Looking at that photo now that I looked at it. The stamps are going up, so I need to bead roll this from the bottom. So let's make our reference lines down on the bottom. So let's take a measurement. Let's say we're just about 8 inches. So let's do that looks better. Let's do that again. I'm just gonna do everything at like a 2-inch, and there we go. 2-inch there. 2-inch here. It does not look right. So, this is where we're gonna run our beads at. So let's not go past that. I'll stagger them. I think that'll look good. Down here we'll end them straight. Up here we'll stagger them to fit kind of with the curve. So okay, like I said, we got some new tools in house. I got this English wheel. Couple reasons. I had to do these, and I gotta do the back of the bed. Whoever built it before, they put a piece of aluminum back there, and we're gonna take that piece of aluminum out, and we're actually gonna build a steel back of the bed that gets welded in that matches the tailgate. So all this entails some bead rolling, and to do bead rolling properly, you need to pre-stretch the metal. So we're very carefully going to run this piece through here to pre-stretch the metal so that we can run it through the bead roller, and then hopefully the piece will come out straight. So we need to try and keep it straight along here. We'll make a few passes, we'll tighten it up, we'll make a few more passes. So we gotta try and keep it straight on our line. Steering these are not easy, so it's a little easier going one way than it is the other. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit more. We're going to do it again. Tighter. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see like the clean mark from the roller, and there's a low spot there now, high spot on this side. So now we're going to scoot over, try and center this thing up. A little tighter.
That's what she said.
Hands keep cramping up. Just trying to keep this thing straight along these lines, kind of tensing up, causing my hands to cramp up. Way off center. Okay, so you can see the three clean marks there. If you look, there's a slight bow to our panel now. So now when I go to put the bead in, this metal is pre-stretched, and hopefully if I pre-stretched it enough, it'll straighten itself back out as I bead roll it. Hopefully, at least that's the idea behind it. Okay, did not come out as straight as I had hoped. I don't know if I didn't stretch it enough or did I stretch it the wrong way, which is possible that I stretched it the wrong way. But I think we'll be okay because it's getting welded into a flat piece. You know, once this gets cut out and we start welding it into the other thing, once we get it cut out and get it laid on top. If you can see it, you know, it doesn't take much to push this down flat. So we'll see how it goes once it gets in here. I mean, if I'm not happy with it, then I'll just redo the piece. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it didn't take long for me to make that. That already looks much better. So, okay, so now that we got these beads in this piece, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish off the beads. This bead is just you know, it just kind of ends how the bead, you know, shape takes it when you tighten it down. There's no real end to it. So we got this nifty tool. It's a hollow punch kit from Harbor Freight, and it's been cut down so it's just half a circle. There's a video on, it's just a little couple-minute video on our page of how I made this if anybody's interested. And you just pretty much, you just put this at the end of the bead. And you give it a smack with the hammer. And it ends the bead. It gives it a nice little round curved stamp there. So it's just a nice little finishing touch instead of just having it end poorly. This also, you know, you get a little warpage at the end of each thing, and this kind of gets rid of that warpage as well. So not only does it clean it up, make it look nice, but it gets rid of some warpage in your panel as well. So, ta-da! So now this will end up cutting and trimming this out. And we got some nice little bead rolls in here. It'll add a little strength. Now, like I said, once I get this all cut out and we get it put in, you know, we'll see how it's going. This piece isn't the straightest. I may end up having to remake this, just because I think I might have ran this through the. I think I ran it through upside down when we did the English, but I did it the wrong way. So. So if I can't get it to straighten out or lay straight, then we'll be remaking it. But no big deal. It didn't take me too much to make this. So we're back out on the English wheel today, and the bead roller set up. Last night I was working on the top of the step for the step side bed, and I ran 3 beads along the top. There's 3 beads in the side of the truck. I did 3 beads there. I figured it would look good and match. Aftermarket ones are rectangle. There's nothing rectangle on the vehicle, so to me that doesn't match. So we're gonna do the 3 beads so it matches. I was really close. It did still have a bow in it when I was done. A lot of the professionals that I watch on TV and on YouTube, even with them doing everything that I'm doing here, you can see that they're not 100% perfect, but they were definitely closer than I was. And I felt that I was pretty close. I think I could have made that work. But I'm gonna try again. And I changed up my design this time. So, last night, I had the beads come up to about here, and then I had them staggered. One was a little longer, or one was a little shorter, a little longer, a little longer. So they kind of went on an angle like this if you watched last night's video, or if it's in this video, depends on how it gets edited. So I shortened them up. We're gonna have all 3 the same length, and then I'm gonna run a border around it, and it's gonna be a step border. And that step border, the doors have a step border in the doors. So not only will we have the 3 beads that match the truck, the cab of the truck, but we'll have the step around it that matches the doors on the truck. So we're also going to be doing the back of the bed, which is going to have that step in it as well that matches the doors. So, you know, we're just kind of incorporating everything that's already going on with the vehicle into the new panels that we're going to be making. So I'm going to attempt to do this again. If we get it right, we'll use it. If not, it was a test panel. So we'll see. I'm gonna start with pre-stretching these in the English wheel, and we'll see how things go. So thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'll be back. I need to that same drawing that I just did here just now. I need to do it on the reverse side. Part of my problem last night as to why I still ended up with a bow in there is because when you're stretching it, you have to stretch it the opposite way that you're doing the bead. So if you have your bead going, if you're planning on doing your bead pointing up, then when you bead roll, or when you run it through the English wheel is going to create a crevice in it. It's going to create a hump, and you want that hump going down. So you're stretching it the opposite way that you're putting your bead. So, and that was part of the problem that I did last night. I didn't do that. I had my stretch going the same way as the bead. So we're gonna reverse it today. And I gotta draw that on the other side. That's gonna take me a few minutes. So, I'll be back. Or you guys can watch. I'm just kind of eyeballing this onto here. just so that I can, for one, so that there's something to look at when I flip this over with the proper measurements on it. And then for two, I can kind of see what it's going to look like on here. Okay, so now that matches there, I gotta do that on the other side of that panel, but you guys got to see there basically how I drew that out. Okay, so I drew it out on there so that I can look at that as a reference while I'm drawing it here. So yeah, so let's get this transferred over to here so that I have it on both sides. I was able to hold this up onto the truck and take a look to see what it looked like on the truck. I think it looks okay. You know, there's, you know, I'm kind of, this thing's kind of random. I didn't really, just kind of drew it on there and then, you know, drew it on there to what I thought that it needed to be, and then marked everything out, and then we took some measurements to see what everything was. So hopefully my measurements here line up with the other side, otherwise we're going to be off. You know, when I do my stretch, I'll be off from where the bead roller is supposed to sit. So somewhere. Okay, screwed up somewhere. It's up here. So I'm pretty sure that that means everything is off. But let's see. knew as soon as I looked at it, something didn't seem right. I'm grabbing a different marker because this marker sucks. So it's pretty close. All right. Okay, I just wrote top and bottom on it so that I know. Because when I'm rolling this through, so these 3 inside lines I need to roll on the bottom, but this outside line I need to roll on the top. So from last night, I changed out this lower wheel. I put more of a crown wheel on it. So I want to do more of a crown than I did last night. I think I didn't do enough. Not only did I not do enough, but I think, I did that the wrong way. I put the crown in the wrong way. So easy to get off center with this thing real quick. Okay, so I put a piece of tape on my handle here so that I know, how many. I want to try and put the exact same crown that I did on this side, on each one of these lines. So when I undid it, I counted it was 1 full rotation. So now I know, where that one's got to end up. That one's got to end up back over here by my knee. And we're just creeping up on this. I'm not going, full turn all at once. Just like you've seen with the first one, I did a little bit, I cranked it a little tighter, I did a little bit, I cranked it a little tighter. Pretty good. Looks like I'm on my marks on each one. So I did a pretty good job tracing it from one side to the other. Okay, so a stretcher on the outside here, opposite way that I stretch the inside. I stretch the inside more than I stretch the outside because this is just getting a little step, and these center pieces are getting a big bead. So hopefully we'll be good. I'm gonna change something on this. So, what I'm gonna change over here when I coined my panel last night, which coining is where you go and you end the bead with that little punch that I made out of the hollow punch. Seemed like my coining tool, which was the biggest one that I had, was just a little bit smaller than my bead. So I want to stay with the big bead because I want it to match the truck. But this lower bead is huge compared to this top bead. And that's so that it has room for the metal to be pushed inside there. Well, this metal that we're using is a lot, it's thick metal, but it's a lot thinner than, you know, what this machine can handle. So, keeping the top one, let's leave that. So I can put a smaller bead, a smaller die down here on the bottom, and it'll give us a tighter bead. So it'll still be a big bead. It'll just be it'll be a little crisper, and it should line up with my coining tool then. Okay, so this time to maybe make things a little easier, I'm gonna have the wife come in and I'm gonna have her spin the doohickey. So I could have better control of this. Last night when I was doing it, because the length of the panel, I was kind of having to bend around the panel to crank, and then I wasn't able to keep my eye on the line that we were making because I was bending around to crank. So I think with her cranking, I should be able to keep my eye straight down the middle, and hopefully keep the panel a little straighter. Last night it came out pretty good, but I think it could be better. So let me get her and we'll get to work. First you're gonna pull it towards you.
Towards me?
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Say when?
Okay, now you're gonna go the opposite direction.
So down and toward you?
Yep. pretty close. I think we do that one again one more time. I think we do another quarter turn maybe and step him a little bit steeper.
And it should suck some of that out.
Yeah, hopefully I'll put the center down just a hair more.
I agree. Show the camera. So you know what you're talking about. No! Cell phone man?
Check it out! Check it out! Close. We'll go one more quarter turn.
Sure.
It's only no. I'll better do it.
Alright.
I know what it is. It's in these corners. Cause I wasn't able to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on the corners through there. Like it only got one twist, you know. So the corners didn't get stretched like the rest of it did.
Okay.
But I think it looks good. I think I can weld this in. So it almost fits the piece perfect.
Do you know which thing this is that you used?
It's just got the most compound curve on it. It's the deepest one.
What the hell is a compound curve?
This. I don't know. Maybe it's not called a compound curve. I thought it was called a compound curve. But the curve here, it's got the most curve to it.
And the most curve gives you the smallest, most concentrated spot, or?
No, so the more of a curve you start to put in a panel, the more room you need on the die. So the bigger the curve, the more room you have to put a larger hump in your metal.
Because you're smushing it thinner and spreading it more.
Yeah, you're smushing it thinner and spreading it out. It's stretching the metal out.
Okay.
So, and as the metal curves, you need room for that metal to
Move out of the way.
to move in the machine. So the more of a curve you have on the die, the more room you have to curve your panel. So if you're doing a very, very light curve in it, then you can use a flatter one over there. But I have a pretty good hump in this. So I wanted the bigger humped wheel.
You need the bigger humps because you're going to put the bead in there.
Because I'm going to put the bead in there, it takes up a lot of metal to put that bead in there.
Okay.
So you're pre-stretching it and you're humping it.
In the opposite way of what you're going to bead
Right.
it.
So we have the metal humped this way right now. If you were not to put this hump in the metal this way, when you run it through the bead roller, it's gonna hump this way. So this puts the opposite hump in it, and then when you run it through the bead roller, it puts a hump this way, and hopefully if you put enough of this in there, that will straighten your panel back out.
Okay.
Hopefully.
That's the die guy that puts
The bead in. But
round.
I'm using, so this is the die that's supposed to go with this bead. They make it so much bigger than the top one so that you have room for thick gauge metal to go in there. But if you're not using that thick of a gauge, the medium one fits the biggest top roll a little better. It gives you a little bit tighter of a bead.
gives you the crisp lines instead of the slow roll.
Yes. Okay, so that's it. I think that's a winner. You know, it's not 100% straight, but like I said, I've been watching some of the professionals do it, and I would say I'm right there with what I've seen. So I've yet to see anybody make it 100% flat. Like it's out the box, like it's a stamp. I'm within the parameters of being able to weld it in, so I'm gonna call it good. I'm happy with it. Happy to see it come out so well, and I'm excited to get it welded in. So that'll be the next step. See you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out.